Got to get this stream going here. Get it going on Facebook here. Mm-hmm. Bada bing, bada boom. Oh, yeah. Okay, where's my go live button? It's being hit right here. Oh, so where's it at? All right. All right, we're gonna expose a little site I found here. All right, so I've been coming across a lot of websites. I just come across this one. I was actually shopping for some services for myself today and come across a website who, when you first, at first glance, looks like it's good. And this is so common because I deal with so many of these, auditing these websites and working with these business owners. When you look at the website at first glance, it looks perfect. But then once you start using it or digging around, it's just not there. And so I thought initially it was an AI generated website, but it's a newly built website, I believe, on WordPress. So I did the built with to look that up, but let's dig into it and I'll show you what not to do when you're building a website or if you're hiring any of these local SEO or marketing agencies. I'll show you what to look for when you're trying to do SEO so you can actually get it. And that's what I'm showing here in the background is just some of my SEO has been paying off here locally on my clinic. So you can see, let me go ahead and make this a little smaller here. But this is the local SEO that I've been getting. So, getting lots of clicks per day. Oh, this is actually queried down here. Let me clear the query. I was like, why is it so low? But here we go. So just over the last 7 days, look at this, a shorter time range here. So yesterday we got 18 clicks on the website, about 1,000 impressions. So Google showed us to 1,000 people, and we got about 20 to click on it. Day before we got 21 to click. Same thing, about 800, 900 impressions, 800 impressions the day before that. So Google is showing us. Google likes my websites. Google's showing it. We're getting clicks. We're getting organic traffic to the website, and this is the goal. And using Google search engine optimization in a combination with the Google My Business, you can turn Google My Business into a gold mine because that Google local service business is going to prevail over anybody else that's not doing some of these things that we're about to expose here. And so I will go ahead and show you the process of how I found this website. So printing services near me. Right, looking up a printer, and so if I need printing, of course, I come across FedEx, UPS, all the good stuff. And then these places. This is the closest one near me, another one near me. But there is another one near me right there. Doesn't come up at all, though. But it's actually the one I was considering. Even though they didn't come up, I had, clicked through some of these listings, went through Master Graphics and Plan House and the Olive Press, went through all the listings looking for one of these print stations right down the road from me. And you can see they don't They don't come up near me at all. But they should. No reason for them not to be found anywhere on Google when I'm typing in printing services near me. But let's actually go back to Google My Business, and let's just say that I click this button, more places. And when I click that button, it takes me here, and that's where I can go down and I can see this one finally exists on the map there, really close to me. So when I'm looking at the map, right, I'm looking for the closest ones. I ruled that one out, weren't quite what I was needing. That one wasn't quite what I was needing. So I was like, oh, wow, a digital printer really close to me. But again, when you start looking around, then it's like it wasn't on the first page or anything. But I said, okay, let's check this one out. First thing I noticed, 3.7 stars. So it's not good, but we'll give them the benefit of the doubt. There's only 6 reviews, and they've got 3.7 stars. So a couple of customers weren't happy here. That's okay. Can't please everybody, right? A couple of 1 stars kind of hurt them there. You know, I'm a business owner. I understand 1-star reviews, so not gonna hang my hat on that. But it is hurting them, and they can pump them numbers up by just getting more reviews and letting them 1 stars kind of, you know, drag you down to a 4.9 or a 4.8 rating rather than a 3.7, because that just looks bad. Even though, again, I'm going to give them the benefit of the doubt. Everybody may just see that and just keep scrolling because, you know, are you going to go to Office Max here with a 1 star? You might, but it's Office Max, and you know, you just 3.9. I would look for one with you know, a 5 if you can find that type of printing service in your niche. That's just me personally. I'm just looking for the one that has the most reviews. That's a no doubter. I like to take the worry out of it if I know that the reviews are really good. So so let's go to their website. Where is it at? There it is. They're gonna close soon. That's okay. Let's go to their website, see what we got. So, land on their website. First glance tells me looks good, right? Not too bad. Good looking website. It's got the promotions, got all their branded stuff right here that they're promoting. I mean, the picture and the imagery kind of looks a little dated. I'm okay. Again, not the end of the world, but looks a little dated. They do have some, you know, local high school memorabilia that they've made here and some T-shirts. So again, right off the bat, all right. And we scroll down, we see that this was CC 2000 or copyright 2025. So that tells me somebody probably updated this in the last year. They didn't set it up so it automatically updates the year with the copyright. So they're just copywriting 2025 at all times. So I know it was built within the last year. And then I want to know what structure the site was built on. So you can hop over to a platform like Built With. That's what I did here. So Built With is a tool. A lot of SEO tools out there that will do this, but you can just put any website in there and it'll tell you what platform that website's built on and a lot of the tools that are incorporated on that website just by scraping the data. We're not doing anything wrong here, nothing illegal. We're just scraping public data here off of the website. But they have a Yoast plugin, which tells me they were concerned about SEO because they have a WordPress website. Usually people choose WordPress because they're looking for the best search engine optimization out of the box. Then they install these plugins like Yoast, which is an SEO plugin. So Yoast WordPress SEO is installed. They have the Avada theme installed on their website, which is a very common theme that a lot of websites use. And we can just go through and see too much information about it, right? So copyright year 2025. That's what I was telling you about there. So built on WordPress, but they had some sort of intention with SEO in mind because they do have an SEO plugin, or maybe just somebody installed that out of the box and didn't really do anything. So the other thing is the page speed. So let's just see, like, okay, let's see how fast this thing loads. Does it load good? And when we do the page speed analytics and run the page speed, it doesn't do too well. It comes back 66 performance on mobile. And we like to optimize for mobile because about 80% of your traffic is going to be on mobile. So you have to be optimized for mobile. Have to be optimized for mobile here. It's crazy that 66. Got to get it above 70 at least, but accessibility is there. Some of their best practices they're doing, and it's probably because of the Yoast plugin. It's making sure that they're doing some of the things. SEO here, 85. Agentic browsing. Do they have all the things that the LLM files, the robot files for the AI agents? 2 out of 3. All right, so let's go look at the desktop. Desktop, it actually did okay on the performance, 94. I'm a fan of 100, but 94 is not terrible. We're not gonna go crazy over that. Anything in the green, I usually can live with. So what is this telling us, though? What is this telling us? First contentful paint. That means it takes 4.6 seconds for them to be a picture displayed on your phone. It takes 4.6 seconds for the page to load on your phone. The largest contentful paint for the entire page to load is what that's telling us. 6.3 seconds for the entire page to load. This should be like under a second, dude. Like, these should be super fast. All right, so let's just keep digging. Page speed isn't there. We know that Google rewards you significantly for page speed and how fast your page loads. So we want to make it load as fast as possible, and it's a better user experience. Why would I not want my page to load as fast as I can for my users? So a couple of reasons to make sure that your page speed is on point. Let's keep digging. Oh, that was a 404 page not found. So let's keep digging on the website. If we start clicking around, we're going to find several of them 404 page not founds, and then we're also going to get taken to pages that don't have any type of styling or markup or schema. You'll see that. Oh, there we go. There's one of them. We continuously hit this throughout navigating the site, and I don't want to put all these people on blast here. I haven't gone to that, but this just keeps happening as we go around the site here. Well, there's another one. And there we go. And so we got... All right, so again, very, very robust website. Google should love this website. There should be tons of pages, tons of interlinking going on, sending pages back and forth, building a very robust silo system, and internal linking strategy should be on point, and we should have Google loving this website, indexing the crap out of it, right? Yeah, right. We should. So let's see what Google thinks about it. So when we start looking at the homepage, because that's the one we want to look at, that's the one Google's going to look at too. So I got my little nifty plugin here, the detailed plugin. It tells us that the title's good, description not so good. It'll tell us it wants it a lot shorter than what it is, so it's too long. Does have the robots file, so that's good. This one we really don't worry about. A lot of pages going to miss that. Ooh, but big red flag here, right? H1s, no H1s. This is probably the most important thing on your website is your H1 and your tagging structure and having the appropriate tags and telling Google exactly what your page is about. Having these tagging structures. So H1, no H1s, no H2, one H3, no H4, no H5 or H6s. That is a big red flag there. So no headers, no header title lines telling Google what each page is about, what each section is about. None of that good stuff. Let's just audit another page, see if they did it right on another page. All right, so this one gets one H1 tag, and then you've got two H3 tags and three H2s and one H3. Don't even see. So, we can keep going. See, like I said, I usually check out about 2 or 3 pages. So the homepage didn't have the H tags. The rest of the pages, Yoast made sure they had some H tags. So not so good on the H tags. Let's keep going. Let's keep digging. Go back to our handy dandy tool here. And so there's 2 files that everybody should have on, where you should have 3. We were looking at the other one right here, where it was talking about your agentic browsing. This is looking at agentic browsing. So it checked 2 out of 3. The 2 out of 3 that it checked was the sitemap, the robots.txt, and it didn't get the full thing that it wanted out of the llms.txt file. So that's why it says the fetch of the failed. So we didn't have that file on there. They didn't have that file, and it failed. So they got 2 out of 3 on agentic browsing, but they did have the other 2. So let's go look at the other 2 they did have. What 2 they did have? Go back to the page. There we are. Let's go look at the 2 they did have. They had the robots.txt. Let's look at that. Okay. Pretty basic, but it's there. That's all that matters. It lives, and that's okay. That's all they need. All right. Let's go back. And we're going to look at the sitemap. So the sitemap is a file that's been around for a long time. If you've ever built a website, you've always had to set up a sitemap to lay out the tree of what your website is about. In this case, no tree. So this is how Google primarily indexes your website, is by running through the sitemap and not having the sitemap even be live, much less not be submitted. So typically after you have this sitemap, you need it up and live for one. But then you need to go a step further and submit it to the Google Search Console and the Bing Webmaster Tools to make sure that they are indexing your website. So you can tell them, hey, this is my website. This is what it's all about. This is every page that lives on my website. This is how it's nested. This is how it relates to another part of the site, and so on and so forth. And so these people don't even have the sitemap. That's not even live. So I hope they didn't pay for this website. I hope they didn't pay a marketing agency for the website. Hopefully, I'm thinking like maybe a grandson or a kid kind of built the website for them and was like, hey, I can do this for you. And then they let them do it and they didn't pay any money for it. Because if they paid money for it, looks pretty, but looks pretty doesn't make money. And when I'm the user and I'm going to Google and I say printing, and I run a printing business within 2 miles from the place that I'm searching, I should be right here. I should be here. And if I was this owner of this business, I would be irate that I didn't pop up on Google, or better yet, on AI. Let's see what happens on AI. See how AI does it. All right, let's see what AI does. ChatGPT, ChatGPT. Tell me where some printing is for me. ChatGPT. ChatGPT. No, it already looked at. All right. Copy creators. All right. ChatGPT, Plan House, Sprint Print, Office Max, the UPS Store. I wonder why it recommended them. I wonder why. Oh, it wants to get precise. Let's get it even a little bit more precise. And what's my location so it can get right there. Oh, PPI. PPI come up. Close. Looky there. Looky there. Lo and behold, they did recommend it near me. But if I didn't allow my location and say near me, they wouldn't even have come up. But then they came up 3.7. That just looks bad, dude. But SS come up, printing services open. These people are open, open, open. So they did win that. I didn't do this a while ago on them. But the thing about it is I wish I can turn it off now so I can run the printing services in Tupelo, right? So let's do that. Printing services in Tupelo. So we're doing right here. Plan House Printing, Sprint Print. But we're going to go find what the AI searched. Let's go look up, how did the AI figure this out? I see a lot of, this irks me with these social media influencers too, because these people that do SEO, like obviously I'm probably in a algorithm that's full of SEO for search engine optimization, but I have these influencers that come across and they're always talking this garbage and training on this garbage about the new AI, the new SEO and AI, and how AI is changing the way that SEO is. And AI is not changing the way that SEO is. And I'm about to show you how AI searches and what AI does when you need to search. It's not freaking magic. If you are showing up number one on Google, you'll probably show up number one when the AI searches, because all it's doing is literally running literally oh god. All right, there we go. Where am I? I'm in the wrong file. But it's just using the search engines, just like you would use the search engines. And it's going to query and search the keywords from yours, uh, from your input. It's going to take the keywords out of there and it's going to search the internet with them keywords through a search engine. And so if you're coming up number one on Google, then you're going to come up number one over here, and you're going to come up number one in the AI. And when you search on Google, Google, yeah, when you come up here on Google, you're going to come up number one here. And that's what you want to do to turn your business and your Google My Business into a gold mine, is being number one on here. This is my goal, right? This is what I've been working on. Not quite, but we're working on it, and I've only been working on it for 3 weeks, 4 weeks. Only got one review. We've just been open 2 weeks. And like I said, I've just had targeting for the Tupelo market about 3 weeks now. But I'm already popping up on the first page of Google, right at the top of the list. So within the first 3 listings on the maps, and the first 3 listings that are unsponsored, because you get the sponsored ones. So your first 3 under the sponsored, right there, and that's the goal. And again, I've only been open 3 months, beating out a lot more of these clinics that have been here a whole lot longer. So just mindful of things like that. Same thing when we do Oxford, right? I'm right there. And we're coming up on the first page, right in there. And you can click that. And that's our page that is indexing for Oxford SEO. So, make sure you're not like this business. You can't be found. So, like, I got bored. Just threw a couple prompts in because I was like, I'm going to call these people. But like, and pitch them like a website like this. Because again, I don't know if they paid for it. I don't know what they're doing. But now, their sitemap should look like this. That sitemap that we were talking about that tells Google all about it should look like this. Very different than what we got when we put theirs in. So that's what it should look like versus what it did look like. The other thing is the website, Google, should always have the name of the company, the address, the phone number in the footer. Email's fine too. And then the maps integrated in, and that should be on every single page. And they call it the NAP. Let's see, how important is NAP to SEO? NAP, name, address, phone number consistency is vital for local SEO. Search engines like Google use NAP across data directories, social media, and your website to verify businesses' real-world existence, build entity trust, and determine local search rankings. Right? So we got to have this consistent every single place that we look. and it needs to be everywhere. So like more like this, more PPI. Oh, give these guys a little click there, right? Name, address, phone, and then a embedded map of the business in Google Maps that links directly to the Google map. So something along these lines would get the job done. And then they're doing a couple of things. They need to be implementing a content strategy. Again, I'm not here to be their social media marketer, but if I was working with these guys, I would heavily suggest a content strategy going on their Facebook and their Instagram and their socials, a video content strategy, lots of stuff like this. Few and far between right now, but I would have 2 or 3 a week videos being implemented. I mean, they're posting. It's not terrible, but a video content strategy would send it up significantly. So I don't know, just bored looking at businesses to help with some of this. So if you got a business and you want some help with some of this, feel free to reach out to me. I would love to work with you. Love to see what we can do for your business and turning your business, Google My Business, into a gold mine for you. So reach out to me, see how we can help.